Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. I realized I don't really do intros on here. So, for everyone who's new, which there are many who are new, my name is Katie, and I'm a mom, a wife, many titles. I'm a business. Well, yeah, I'm a business owner. I used to be a web designer. That got to be too much when a lot more of my chronic illnesses were getting worse or showing up more or being more apparent in my life. So I do talk a lot about balancing parenting and not as much parenting, I guess, maybe down the road talking about it more, but mainly about balancing chronic illness and neurodivergency. And so, yeah, I think that's about it. I do have, I have a podcast, but I have not been uploading the past couple weeks. I've been just really busy with a lot of health things. But I have like over 100 episodes up there. They're pretty much timeless. They're not, based on, there might be like some seasonal, but they're basically whenever. But I have an intro for that I finally finalized. I would say for this year, I rewrote what the intro is for that. So I'm like, maybe I should just write an intro for here. I don't know. My words are getting a little jumbled today. Usually that's because lack of sleep. So I am here. Oh, this might be running a little low. I might have to recharge this. This will be the last plan with me with this candle. I like to rotate those out every month. Just kind of gives a scent for the month. For me, I have been exploring scents for the past year. I find them really, I was kind of out of touch with them because number one, they're expensive if you're just thinking about perfumes. And a lot of the really nice high-end candles are kind of expensive. This one, I have this one linked. It's just the Chesapeake Bay. It's not a super fancy one, but this one kind of smells like it's pineapple coconut. And I really like kind of the sweetness of it all. But then I rotate through those so I don't get tired of them because of ADHD. Give me something that's kind of new and refreshing. So I will be doing actually I should be here. I will be doing a reset coming out Thursday, which I've done every month. So I was hoping to get out something this Friday, but we've been getting ready for school. And so sometimes like I have this like extra couple videos in mind, like I like to throw in some extra things, and there's stuff coming, but we're just like back to school shopping, reframing, how we're looking at everything, and still adjusting my sleep schedule. So I thought my son was doing better, but now he's sleeping in a little bit more. So now I think we need to, really hammer it in this next week here because this is the first day. Like it's that quick. Yeah. Usually we have this whole thing through the month of August, but we've all just been so tired. We've been going through a lot of healing things, and so yeah, we are planning from August to September, August 28th through September 3rd. I am kind of in shock over that. I really am. I really don't know what to say about that because it's a lot. Excuse me. So let's see how our last week went. I was planning on getting my podcast out and an extra one out. I had, went back to see my doctor, which was very fruitful. I have to say was kind of like, I don't know if I should stick with this doctor. It's kind of been a little on and off with her. in terms of listening. Sometimes she just gets on this, like, you know, kind of more of a speech about things, not lecturing at all. Like, I find it very informative and I'm on the same wavelength as her. But it takes up a lot of time that I'm like, yeah, we've already covered that, or yes, I already know that, or whatever. And I try to move it on. But this time she really listened because she had only seen me before my hysterectomy and now I'm post-hysterectomy. Like, she didn't even know about it. Because I went directly to my OBGYN. I had been going back and forth with my GYN at that point. So she's like, oh, okay. Not that I was leaving her out of the loop. It's just that I needed specialist care. And now she's like, oh, well, that must be really relieving. And so I feel like she listened to me more because she realized she kind of, like the last time I went in was like May, and she said, I don't think you really need to focus on the GYN stuff. Fair. Like, I understand, like, she really wanted me to focus on my Crohn's, which is my main thing I'm worried about it. But I'm like, that's what my main focus is. And I'm actually starting a new med. I'm filming this on Saturday. So, starting a new med, and I'm a little nervous about it. I've been putting it off for a while, but I need to really try it out and see if it's going to work. I get infusions every 8 weeks, but they want to put me on another med. It will lower my immunity, but and I'm a little concerned about side effects, but I got to try it. And that's the thing. It's like right before school here. Yeah, but I gotta try it. So if it's bad in the next couple of days, I'll just stop it and just let my doctor know. But if it's like 2 weeks later and I'm feeling really bad, we'll see. So yeah, I'm nervous about it. I really am. Let's see, I'm just checking some more things off here. I think the supplies are ready. We're just gathering them. And my website is the thing that kind of I left going. I was trying to go back over my medical stuff here. I have this planner that I've shared before for medical, and I got this new pin here. And yes, I totally ruined the binder by sticking this in here, but I absolutely love it. I have ginkgo leaves because of their kind of resiliency to get through things, and so that's why I have it everywhere. Anyway, yeah, I stuck it right through. I couldn't get that pin on for a little bit, like it was too thick, but then it finally clicked in there, and it should be pretty solid. So I went, well, first I set up, I was working on this yesterday. I was like, wait a minute, I need to see like all my dates of when I've seen people, and yeah, it's adding up to quite a lot. This was my, as I was mentioning, like through May here, and then to the oncologist because they found precancerous cells, and then when they took my uterus out, they did find uterine cancer, which I'm just so glad it's out and didn't spread. I was mainly looking at my dentist because I thought they want me to come in 3 times a year because of my Crohn's, and I looked at it and I'm like, so I paid out of pocket for this one, the one I just had here, and I had x-rays and stuff, and I'm like, that something seems a little off. They were counting this one, just a filling, as like, oh, I see 3 times this year you've been in, but no, I was in here. So when I got my statement from my dental insurance, they're like, yeah, we covered that in full except for this one little picture. So if they take a picture of your teeth, I don't know, this just may be my dentist, but they were like, oh, we're watching this area in the back. And then my dentist goes, oh, let me show you. And she took a quick picture, and I'm like, oh, that helps so much. I can see it. Well, they charge $36 to do that. And my insurance doesn't cover it. And I'm like, I would have liked to have known that charge was there. So I wrote to them, we're going to straighten this out this next week. I'm like, first, I overpaid, so you need to send me some money back. And second, I need you to write in my chart that you need to ask before taking pictures, because if you're going to take them for free, I'm all for it. But if you're not taking them for free, then yeah. So, and then this is my TN that I made into a planner. Anyway, this was I'm jumping all around, I know. But this was like the goals area, but I figured for me, it helped to see last year's and next year's appointments and then kind of fill in the middle for what's actually going on. So this one here will be like my next regular gynecology, and then we'll see GI wise. And then my infusions up here. I guess I could have put my infusions closer here, but this is just how my brain was making sense of things. It helps to see when my infusions are for this year. So I get 6 this year, and then when the next one is. Because it's also kind of important. I feel kind of bad for at least 3 days, if not a week, after my infusions. And so I was looking at this going, oh, wait, I have something like... I'm going to bump, so this is the one coming up next I'm scheduled for. This one was actually scheduled for 11/20, and that's right before Thanksgiving. And I don't want to, like, I'm not getting together with many people, especially with being immunocompromised, but I'm like, no, I'll bump it 1 week, and then, but that puts it closer to some things that are happening next year. So yeah, it really helps to see these dates, so that's what's going on there. So, in terms of, let me get to, because I put questions in the back of this for like when I'm going to see the doctor. I have just a bunch of personal questions in the back. So this is how far I got so far within the week. And here it is, like I'm starting Saturday. The thing is that I usually can remember what I've eaten, and I do log when I take my medications. I have a tracker for sleeping and water and steps, and so I can kind of just fill those in. So but I do need to take my blood pressure one more time, so Saturday is good. Usually it's Tuesdays and Fridays, but I didn't really look at this. But I wanted to show you, like, even though I'm like part of the way in and I skipped a couple days, I have, because I'm tracking it other ways, I can fill it all in, just like these other ones. So, and you might be going like, what's going on up here? So sleep was, I was really low sleep, but I also took a nap. So that's why that looks that way. So that's how this is going. I have a lot of health things going on. I'm trying some new meds and supplements and things. Things are mostly helping. I don't know about this new one. I don't recommend everyone tracking this much. These are what's critical for me. I need to watch my stress. I need to understand my energy. I need to see how water and sleep are affecting me. I need to see what my cycles are. The moon is just thrown in. It just, to me, feels connected with things. And then my blood pressure and steps are really important. And then taking my meds and what I'm eating because of my Crohn's, because of sensitivities that I have, because I avoid dairy, I avoid eggs, I avoid many things. So I wouldn't recommend doing all of this unless, or just documenting things that really apply to you. It's what you want to compare. And I want to do a whole video about this. But I wouldn't say document it for funsies if you don't need to. And I think most people, sleep, I think, is kind of a universal thing. Sleep and water, I think, are great. I think it's on a lot of people's trackers. So anyway, I'll get that filled in and then I'll fill this in. And then I didn't get to work on my website this week, so I will just X those out. Maybe I will today or tomorrow, because I'm getting recentered now. I feel like, sorry, I keep wanting to like lean in here. So sorry if you see me kind of leaning in there. Anyway, that's about how this last week went. I'm also rethinking a lot of like what I'm using as tools for this next year. I have at this point, I would say few pre-orders out. Right off the bat, I would say I used a Laurel Denise last year. I used a Moxie Life last year. Moxie Life I used all the time, but I kind of transferred into this in July, and I've been really liking it. I don't think I'll order either next year. And instead, let's see. So I pre-ordered The Magic of I, which is just my journal. I did pre-order Sterling ink. So I got this size in the TN for this one in full. So it will have one of each page back here. And then the TN, I have a compact, which is the same. So they're exactly the same size. They're just going to be printed in. So all these stickers take a lot of time to put in. I'm just really looking forward to not having to date anything. And I'm also looking at that too, of any other things I'm getting, like, can I get it dated? Because I don't have time to do that. I did order an Aurastell. It's a Weeks horizontal. There was something there. I don't know exactly what I'm going to use it for. I could see possibly reselling that because some other things popped up since then. But there's something about having an A5 horizontal that just kind of piqued my interest. But it doesn't have all the single pages. This I will always have the single pages, and I probably won't have these tabs. I'll just use the little metal ones next time. What else? Oh, there was, I think it's called Take a Note from Taiwan. Take a note, take note.store. Had these really cool ones that are on the same paper, where it's a week in 2 pages. And so it has like a little preview week, and then it had 3 days, and then you flip it and then it has 4 days. And I thought that was really cool. So, and what else? Oh, and then I'm doing some rings work. I think I'm going to be mainly printing those, although there are some companies that I really like their stuff. But, and again, for those, I'm doing another video on like, why would you want extra planners? And I am very much seeing, like, if I want to keep up with a week, this and my medical is about it. But the other rings, I want to have year over year tracking in it. And it's not something where I have to go in every week, but I could catch up in it. It's financial, it's house stuff, it's school stuff. It's like all these things where I'm more capturing things along the way. And to me, I'm asking myself, well, what do I need to compare? What do I need to see all in one place? Like in my health book about having all those dates all together, finally I got to see those all in one place. Like I have monthlies here, but it doesn't really capture what happened the last month. I'm sure there's something I could do to capture it more maybe on these, but still, this is by quarter. And the only way it really helped me was to have it in a whole kind of year and see the bookends of it, of like what happened last year and what's coming up next year. So I'm definitely going to kind of use the goals area that way in my TN, but I'm like, what else can help me? Financially, I play the game of like, how can I get my credit card balances to 0 by their close dates? Because I have so much running through them sometimes that there'll be a charge and then I know you don't have to totally zero them out. Like, you know, at this point, it really doesn't matter if I have like a little extra on there. It really doesn't. But I have like a spreadsheet that I can digitally track those closing dates, but I also kind of want to see them in a paper form somewhere. So I can like flip to a page and go, okay, these all closed out, and just check them off. I don't know. I think having that all together would be, it's again, asking what do I need to compare? What information am I compiling that will help over time? Would it help to see a 3-year of, I'm trying to think. I don't really need to see 3 years of like credit card statements or anything like that, or balances, because there's not really much running on those. What is it? Oh, but like amounts for utilities to see what I was paying 2 years ago. Like sometimes you can see on the bill like what you paid last year, or like how much you used last year. It doesn't necessarily show like how much you paid. But to see the trend of like, oh, 2 years ago I paid like $50 less a month for this thing, and now I'm paying more. So having something kind of set up where it has, you know, January through December, but then I can flip it and see January through December for the next year. So yeah, it may not be, I may be able to go back historically, but that's where the rings are going to come in handy, where I can put them in for this year. And then if I want to go back and take an afternoon and write down last year's, I could do that. I did have this really great layout. Let's see if I can get to it. I think so. Let me see. Yeah, and this isn't written in. I used to use Inkwell a while back, and they had like this kind of a tracker where you can put the amount and due and paid and stuff like that. And then I had written in some of the things here. The monthly budget is the year 2021. That's when I was using this. But I want to do something like this. It may be this way, you know, in I got an A5 rings, so it will be this big. This is a like classic Happy Planner, or the Inkwell size is bigger like this. But that is my goal, is to have something more for comparing and really. I do have some of that going on in spreadsheets, but even when I finish this one spreadsheet, it's not going to go more than a year. So I have this spreadsheet of like, it has, and then I'll wrap this up so we can get to the planning. It has a dashboard of just like every single month, and then the year totals and everything like that, but it won't go to the next year, and it won't show year over year. I do have some other online tools that will do that, but again, there's something to, if I can't access it, or I have to click like 10 times to find the info, when I could just have it written, but yet trying to keep it really simple and manageable. Excuse me. I was just drinking some coffee before this. So that's where I am with all of that. And those are the new videos I want to put out. So on this spread, I thought I would put more pink, but I did not. So I just kind of left this as is. I hate this week. I hate this one here. This did not turn out well at all. I hated the colors. This I loved. These two I absolutely love. So we're going to go back to some kind of like something more harmonious in colors. So I found these. I especially like these. These are old sterling ink. They don't even have a date on them. But I loved like the rosy and the peachy together. And I'm not doing a green. Like the green, I might do that bit of green in a marker or something. But then I also found these. These are from last year. I don't get the subscription box. I just ordered these individually. July and September is just some leftover ones that I thought the kind of the pinky rosiness and these might go along with it. So I'm just trying to use up what I have, and then kind of found these in a similar color. These are all just Amazon. So that's what we're doing. And then I used these last week. So I'll show you how those turned out. Because I really did kind of like these. So I did kind of a brain dump here. Like before on these other pages, I put brain dump on the side. I wasn't using it every other day. I kind of had it every other day in here, and I just wasn't using this much. But when I put these kind of, well, they're the tool stickers I mentioned last week, and then I put these in, it's very much more organized, and I like that. This may not be the most beautiful, but it made more sense to me in terms of layouts. And then I have this nice bright pink here, and then Sunday, and then my reflections and actions, which, so these pens worked out really great for those. I'm going to set those to the side, but I have not picked out pens for these yet. I do have kind of an orangey and a red in here, but I might want to see what else I have, because I think this set always comes in really, it's really helpful. So like the browns in here would go out really well. I'm trying to think if I just have a light pink though. I think they're too neon, so I'd like to keep it, yeah, I don't have my other dot markers. I'll use the orangey, kind of the orange one, I think, in here. We'll just go with that. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you the different kind of layouts I did. I like to mirror the sides and see what it feels like. These little important came in really handy. What happened was there was it said to do, but I put a little important flag on top of these, and I had important ones for all of them that matched. I had a lot more tasks here, but my doctor's visit pushed everything, and so, oh, and so I'm signing into my therapy appointment on Tuesday, and you know, the Zoom like calendar pops up, and it says I was supposed to be at the doctor's an hour ago, and I'm like, what happened? Because yeah, it was at 1:15, but I had it on my calendar for here. And immediately my therapist came on and I said, hold on a second, I just need to check something, because I'm freaking out right now that I should have been at the doctor, because not only do you have to pay like cancellation fees, you have to reschedule a couple months out. Like I was like freaking out. And then because I have all my doctor's appointments synced, and they're in my chart, I went there and I'm like, whew, it is the next day. It is on Wednesday, and I just had a really big freak out moment. So when I did go to this one, I felt like I was cheating. It was this really weird experience, because I went in going, oh, they rescheduled me for today, and I'm lucky to get in, and I shouldn't be here. It's just, that was the feeling I was feeling. I don't know why, but that's just kind of how it felt. So, but thankfully they were on separate days. Everything was fine. Let's move on. I think I want to pick a card next. So, Connect has been a really good one for this last week. And there was definitely some connections within our family, little family unit we have here, between my son and my husband and I. And it was just, there's some really big life lessons going on. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of connecting, because, you know, he is fearful of going to middle school. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. But I also know, like, there's good people out there who are going to help him. And that's kind of like the biggest thing right now, is like asking for help. You're not alone. There are a lot of times where my husband and I are busy with work type things, and it's so he feels on his own for a lot of it because he doesn't have a sibling. But this morning, like his foot hurt, so he wasn't able to like carry his dishes. And he just was like, hey mom, can you just help me carry the dishes over? And I'm like, yes, this is it, right? Like I can move him over and then he can still put him in the dishwasher. And he was, he knew that was expected of him. Yeah, it's just grown up moments like that, because that's how adults would treat it. Like, hey, I have this physical limitation. I just need help through this part. Can you help me? And so I was just so proud of him this morning. Yeah. And then I have this here saying streamer event is because I play Magic the Gathering. I am a nerd. And I think last week was Find Your Inner Nerd Day. It's always been there for me. So they're having a streamer event next Thursday of this new set in Magic the Gathering. And we're just excited to see it. Yeah, it's just going to be a fun time. And by Thursdays, we need some fun time. I'll just say that. What is this? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Pareidolia. Pareidolia. So let me get this. I love that it fills up the screen now because the other ones were vertical, but I love how I can just hold this horizontal and the art is just amazing. This is the Wonder Walks deck. Absolutely love it. Let's get this back in its home here. And let's look this up because I don't know if I've ever picked this card. Oh, I didn't put the ribbon in. That's okay. This would be, what is this? They're not in alphabetical order, so I have to go searching for them. Not those. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's the very first one. Okay. Let's see. This should be kind of clear here. Oh, yes. I know of this phenomenon. I didn't realize. Okay, that's really interesting. Pareidolia. I want to say it that way. Pareidolia. Pareidolia. That's about the best I can do. I'll probably go look it up how it's pronounced. Is seeing faces or scenes in unexpected places. What can you spot today? So that's definitely when you're looking at anything that's not a face and you see a face. But also if you are just looking in the clouds and you see a bunny or seeing, anything in the clouds, anything in the shadows. Yeah, that's cool. That's definitely like really fun for like Wonder Walks, which is what this is for. So let's do this, get this written down, and be right back. Okay, I tried to look up the spelling between there, not the spelling, the pronunciation, but since I'm recording, my phone and my computer are both tied up right now. I don't know exactly. It says, I'm not good at reading those pronunciations, so pareidolia, maybe it's pareidolia. So yeah, that's my best go at it, and I will watch those videos to see how it's pronounced later. That'll be fun. So let's get this put away, get some. I don't know if I'm going to be doing my reflections here. I was trying to get those done beforehand, but I just want to get this recorded so that I'm not liking this. So I can get this done and start taking my new meds. I didn't want to take it right before, but I want to start taking it now. Let me go get those other dot markers. You would think I would come prepared. I try. I very much try. I think we all do. I think we all, that was a very loud zip. I'm sorry. ASMR, I guess. Yeah, these are much more muted. So even like this one will be nice. And let's see if there's a soft pink. There's these pinks. There's even this kind of rosier pink. Actually, I kind of like this one. Is pale rose. I think those would be better. So a pale rose and a oatmeal. Yeah, I know the oatmeal one is really light. I don't think I'll use the green. So we do the best we can. Let's get some tapes down. I think I want to mainly use this here. And maybe that's all I need. Maybe I'm just keeping this simple. So I definitely want this kind of peachy one and then this pinky one. And I'm trying to think, I might do a brown in the side. So let's just start with that. I did get a new ruler here. The 6-inch one was driving me crazy. I need to do like longer lines, so I got an 8-inch one. Basically, that's about the story of it. I hope everyone's doing well. I am getting much closer to doing lives. I'm trying to think if I'll do like a top-down and be on screen. Because I do like, let's see. I want to make sure. My son's being very loud because he found his friends online. I know this is going to, you know what? I think I need this up a little further. So we're going to put the streamer event thing elsewhere because that's not as important. I might cover up the moon, but I think I'll be able to see it through there. So, because I'm working on getting up earlier, and so I really want to document. And I just want to leave room at the top for like one thing, because from 6 on I need to document that because I need to get up earlier. Yeah. Sometimes being a grown-up is hard. I think we can all agree on that. And that's where we start thinking about, oh, remember when I was a kid and, you know, it was fun to do these things. And that's, whether you have kids or not, I think recreating some of the fun activities you did. And I was trying to remember who it was talking about making a list of the things that, try to straighten this out a little bit. Like it's more, oh, it might have been Rachel in Theory was talking about that. Was like, it's the sensations of what you remember as a kid. So walking in the grass barefoot, or having a frozen treat on a hot day, or just some of those type of memories, I think, to me, is what makes me nostalgic for things. So this is definitely a cooler pink, but that's kind of what's going on in some of these. Some of these are a little warmer, some of them are a little cooler. So what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to erase these notes. I could put it at the very bottom because then that would give me some room here. But I like the, yeah, I like the separation. I like to try new things too. Maybe one of my future, very soon future, I will try it where I just put along the bottom. Let's see here. I think this is one of the Laurel Denise ones. Her color palette was really... We're going to see if we can salvage this side, though. I know some people just stick it here in the middle. And sometimes I consider doing that. Let's see. And I might consider it now. No, I'm going to use my little slicer. So, her color palette is just so pretty. Let's see, did I get it? I hear it. I hear it. I feel like I'm doing surgery on this. There we go. There we go. And this isn't too bad on this side, actually. A little bit of patience. Whoa. Yeah, it's hard to get things lined up when your face isn't like directly above here. So let's aim a little high and then end up right on the line. There we go. And yeah, I'm almost off the screen, but you can still see it. So there we go. Okay, and then I'll just cut this part. Sorry, supplies and cards and everything. We're going to do a little bit of that. There we go. Okay. I'm loving these colors already. Let's put some of these inspiration stickers down. So I don't think I'll do the super bright pinks, but I wanted to do like this one. Wow, there's a lot of screaming going on out there. So I'm sorry. Yeah. Although I kind of dislike when people apologize for their family just being their family in the background. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Yet here I am doing it. So, you know, I love the citrus here. Let's see. I'm trying to get that straightened out. Yeah, I kind of, sometimes they can curl up a little bit. See, I love these kind of colors all together here. I want to put this in a little. Where does this feel good? Probably right here. Now I don't like the placement of this one. It kind of feels crammed in the corner. And that's the thing with these dots, they're just going to be kind of dots. So maybe more is better. Maybe just lean into it, right? Because I've kept these around for quite a while. This one's a little... That kind of blends in more with the page. Is more too much? Is it too much? This is probably too much. But we're going to be too much this week. That's just... Let's practice being too much. Do I want any of these? Those are a little purpley. And I don't want to have just one of these though. Yeah, I think I'll save those. These are more... So I have like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which seems a little matchy. So let's try something in the middle here. Yeah. Am I just going to use all these up? No, I want to use some of these on the subsequent pages. So I don't quite like the placement of them, but I think we're just going to move forward because I do like all these colors, and then these, yeah, we'll use moving forward because it'll help tie everything in. But I do like the colors. I just don't like that they're splotches. And that's what I'm looking into, is getting some more sterling ink. I've never used the corners and edges, and I love them whenever I see them. I just have never ordered any, and I think they're gorgeous. So that's kind of my idea for what's coming up next. So I have these, and I kind of feel like these kind of work with those. Let's see. We didn't use the brown of this. Is it under here? No, it's just not laying. I feel like I hit something under here. Nope. Okay. It's just that my space is getting a mess. But I am missing... Oh, the brown's right here. I'll put them all over here. So let's put in our dots. That is a little too bright, so we're not going to use that. So I think we'll use browns, kind of going down the side here. Oh, you know what? It's the blend of the two. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so let's put dots, and I'm not making them equal, so we're just going to do that. A couple of them will be close together, but when I put the brown over top, that looks really pretty. It kind of matches this a little bit more. Fun accident. And then we'll put a little tracker down here. Sleep, well, wake is the #1 thing, so let's put that at the top. So my wake times, which are tied into my sleep times, and then water. The new med I'm tracking over at my other thing, and then walks, which I got more walks in this week, but I still need to do my website. That's just where I am. It's just where things are. It's just what's happening. Actually, I have a black marker here. Let's see if I can write a little better. There we go. Now this one's permanent. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I always write my Thursdays with R's, because with my dyslexia, I easily mix up. If there's 2 T's in there, it starts getting my eyes jumping around, going, where's the start of the week? Like, it really messes me up. So we're going to put that. Oh, I put a big sticker here, so it's kind of in the way. Let's put, so it's not a Ridwell week, it is lawn maintenance. So we're just going to put lawn here, because they usually come right here. And then these are our dinner times. So yard waste is going out here, so we'll put you know what, I'm going to put it up because I want to get in bed before midnight, and so I kind of want to track that. So we usually do it around 8, so let's do that. And let's use the double dot method, because that is working. It really is this like dusty pink. I love it. That's the color I wanted. So we'll do yard waste there, and then they will pick it up So that's for putting it out, and then this other one is for it getting picked up and then bringing the cans in. So I'm just going to put YW here. Just enough space. Yeah, this worked out great. I can still see like where the full moon is there. Full moon? New moon. It's a new moon. What else? And then we'll have 1 over... It works better with like the pink first and then the brown on top. Do that there, and then we have to check in with that here. This is our grocery, supplemental grocery. There. Oh, this is looking better. Okay. I'm not so much minding these blobs. So this is just kind of like entry into the weekend. And then we have, I'll just put here, I think the streaming is going to start here. But it's not like something I need to check off. These other ones I definitely need to check off. And then I'll do, let's see, I kind of ran out of room. Okay, we'll do it this way. So I think I'll do it here. And then we'll do that also up here. Yeah, it's kind of tricky to do 2 dots for everything, but I love it. This will be the reset videos. So that's going out there, and then on the weekend it'll be, I'm not sure when I will film. I'm filming between Fridays and Saturdays, but it'll go up here on Sunday. And I usually try to put like things that are happening before we wake up or before the, so plan with me there. Like when the yard waste comes, like all these things are either being delivered or taken or without, like it could be while we're still asleep, who knows. Although a lot of them have around 7 a.m. and so we should be up by that time. I think I'm really liking this so far. I'm liking the colors. I'm much happier than that. Getting happier than that. Although I love the organization. I love the possibilities here. I think it was fun. The color palette. This color palette is really nice. And I think I'll use the brown kind of more on the subsequent pages. We're not, let's see. We're not scheduling school times like here. This will be school times. So we're not doing that yet. It's the last week of that. So what I will do is, let's look at reflections wise here. I don't know if I can, my brain is just not as with it. So got therapy, been playing with Sense, been watching fun new shows. Only Murders in the Building is so much fun. Playing some music. We got the supplies. We got shoes for him. We got the haircut done. I got everything in the backpack. We might just take one more look at things. Wake times, we're just going to keep working on that this next week. Water's been going okay. I need to drink more water today, but PCP, I don't need a referral. So I was thinking I need a referral. The walks are happening. Oh, and the insurance payment hasn't happened yet. It's ready. It's ready. So just do that for next. Oh, and the dump run, that's one of my wins. So we were going to get rid of just our old vacuum, right? Like we had been using it for, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years. So it's not that old. I mean, that sounds like a long time, but it's like the old canister kind, like I wouldn't say the first bagless ones at all, because there were some bagless ones before that. But now they're more like what's in style is the stick vacuum types. And so we kind of got one like that, but we had this older one that it just was a little hard to stand up, but it did really well. So and it had one of those where you step on the cord and it just wraps up, which we miss. Anyway, a person in our community just popped up and said, my vacuum just bit the dust, pun intended, and does anyone have one? Like, she just needed one right now, probably because she just, they can't buy one right now. Not everyone can just go out and buy. I'm not saying like she didn't have money. It's just, we all go through that where we're like, well, we just bought a bunch of stuff for school. How are we gonna like buy now a vacuum for a couple hundred? Like, you maybe need to wait a month. I've been there many, many times, still there. But it's like, I was about to put this, we were making a pile of things to take to the dump, and I'm literally thinking Monday we were going to take it. And I feel bad for putting a whole vacuum in there. And I guess I should have tried, giving it away. But I was just like, oh my gosh, she needs one. I have one. I immediately contacted her and she took it. So under one of the wins here, I'm going to say the vacuum. And I just shorthand this because when I look at this, I'll look at this and like, I guess if I put vac, then it meant like the win was to vacuum the house. No, the win was the actual vacuum itself. So that was fun. Didn't work. Wait. Oh, worked. I was like, I think I put, these are just in opposite orders. So what worked was going to the PCP, my primary care. What else worked? Shoes. The shoes worked. The transaction itself, I have a question about. I think I need to follow up. But my husband didn't. He went with my son and they did perfect. They got 2 pairs of shoes. They were very happy with them. Exactly what we needed. And then other supplies for school, like all that is lining up. It's more the lunch stuff that I'm worried about next is like, we did start to squirrel away some of those prepackaged foods that go in the lunches, like chipped bags and some stuff like that, because we know that those are going to be in high demand here. We got them like a week or so ago. And so now it's more like the fresher items. And so there's just kind of going to be more of a dash right now. Although peanut butter, it's like, this is when a lot of people are buying peanut butter for lunches. What didn't work? There was this. So I went to Costco with a friend to try to find an item, and I didn't find it there. But then I just found it on eBay, so we're all good. It worked out. It worked out in the end. So I'm gonna say the win was the Costco purchase of the items, but also getting out of the house and just having fun outside the house. And what else didn't work? This is why I kind of try to do these off camera, because it's kind of hard to remember. So lessons, and then we're going to do the actions and be done with that and wrap this up. Patience and So I've been doing just a lot of thinking about my rings binders here and how I want to structure them. And it's so easy for me to overcomplicate. So I'm thinking like simplicity, like those are the things that are coming. Like I will look and I'll find all these kind of listings or items that I want and I'll put them in there and then I will walk away. I know some things might be a little limited in what I can get, but I'm also like, I don't know. I want to make this as simple as possible. Like even if it's just dividers and some plain paper in between. It helps to have like at least like a dot grid or something on it or some lines. But maybe I just need to do that. Because what I have in mind is certain kind of trackers. But I'm looking at printables. So yeah. I'm getting further every time I kind of go over it because it's just a whole new system that I'm setting up. And yeah, it just takes time. What else? Oh, okay. What didn't work was we turned in the cello and we tried to purchase something there with our credit for like a violin or something, and they didn't have one that was within our budget, so we just walked away. Yeah, we had a lot of credit there, but yet, because we rented a violin for a couple years, and I think if we had just rented, not knowing that we were getting the credit, we would have been just fine and just handed into the cello and been done with it. So yeah, that didn't quite work. I almost did because they quoted me a lower price, and then they're like, wait, your contract date was what date? Like when I initially started, and then I didn't get as much of a discount. It was like a 10% or a 30%, which is quite a big difference. So we just walked away. Adjustments. Wake time. New med. Feelings. I'm feeling stressed. I'm just going to say stress and anxiety for the start of school. Because it's hard. It's hard to let go of summer, but yet also happy about things. And this is why I don't track this like every single day. I want to just get a gist of the week, because in one day I could be really sad in the morning and then perk up in the afternoon. And I do want to track like if I'm having like weeks of sadness, like that to me means I need to get help for that. But what I mainly see here is just a lot of stress and anxiety. So that's what I need to address, which is why I track that. But then I'm trying to see, well, what is causing that anxiety? Because it's not good for my chronic conditions at all. So, and that's why I take my blood pressure too, because I can kind of see those fluctuations. So going to the doctor is stressful, but then like the week after here where I'm not going, I don't have anything medical signed up. Yeah, it's nice. What also worked here, I want to put is here was like there was a med bill that is being taken care of. I called that, and then the dentist bill didn't work. So again, following up with that. Lessons, patience, simplicity. I think that works for everything. And then, yeah, and then first of the month bills are coming up. So I'll just say first bills. I try to put 3 in each, but okay. So those are my reflections. That's how I kind of do them. And so we will have therapy this next week. Let's see how I'm going to line these up. I think I'll put the dot here, and I'll start this here. But I will also say it's on Wednesday because I moved it. because of everything else going on. Okay, these are my other colors now. So for personal, I used to have like hair, and you know what? I am going to do one more. Skin, I think I need to change something up a little bit. I've been using my new facial cleansers and things, but I think I need to do a little tweak, so that'll help remember. And still playing with scents. Oh, there we go. And watching shows. So much is back already. It's so fun. And music. I'll just keep. Okay, so see, I tried to write an E there, and then I didn't even get the S in music. And that's just how my brain works. It skips over letters because I feel like I've already said it or done it. That's what's going on in my brain. I'm like, done it, moving on. So those are orange. This is the Moxie Life colors, and it works for me. So relationship-wise, Mom school is going really great. We're just going to finish up. This is our last week of doing it, actually. He's done really well. We've talked about some really hard subjects, bullying and some health things, genders, racism, like so many different things. We just try to have those really hard conversations, and we will continue to. It's not just during the summers, but it was really nice to have him not be as tired and be able to kind of focus on things and see if he has any questions. And he was, would bring a blankie or something soft to kind of hold and just talk about tough things. And that he was like, okay, I can do this. We're gonna look at, so like lunch supplies. And I put this under relationships because it's for him. It's not like grocery shopping to me. It's like thinking of him. Actually, no, I'll put that under financial. I'm stretching that a little bit, aren't I? So, but like the haircut and stuff like that was like more like mood boosting for him. And we're working on lining up another therapist for him because he just needs someone else to talk to. Wake times, definitely is the number one. Water and walks. And then we do have the insurance payment going out. And then bills. And then the dentist. Refund. It's going to be a refund. And the other bill, there was just a little snafu. They had miscoded it. I'm trying to make sure this is clear when you can see it. But they're not going to get back to me for another month on that. You know how insurance goes back and forth. They're always like, give us 30 days. And it's like, okay. And then we'll put lunch supplies here. And then the dump run, I think, will be this next week here. And then the donation. Yeah, we're kind of forming some piles. I had some old towels. So I was setting them up, and now they're going to be here. Let me try to think if there's anything else while I go through these and dot them out. And they're just nice and bright, so I can see consistently, like when I look at these, go, oh, yeah, I have to do that. So I forgot one, so we're going to put it here. And, oops. here. And that I don't need, but this one I do. And this is the last one here. A little crooked on those blues. That's okay. It's very functional. So then I can see like, oh, these purple ones, oh, it's smaller this week, right? I had a lot here, but less now. I think that's good. I think that feels really good. I like it when it's on this side. I also like this ratio, like this feels like not enough room up here. And then this I had more room, but then the reflections, I don't know, this feels all just really good. And I like the little dots there. So, and I like to notice those little details so I can do them again. So sorry that was all at an angle, but it just helps to do that. Is that it? I think that's it. I think that's it. I have a reset coming this next week, so you will see the monthlies there. And yeah, we got some new things coming down the road here. I think most everything's coming in October. The rings, though, I'm hoping to get set up during September. I think that would be really fun. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. Excuse me, still burping. I'm sorry. Please like and subscribe on your way out. Please. I am so close to 500. So what I'm thinking is I am going to do a live before starting a membership type thing so that I can kind of test out how that all goes. I kind of want like my face, but also seeing down. I don't know if that's possible, but that's how I want to kind of frame the lives after so when I hit 500, I'll be able to do a membership, and that's when I'll be answering questions behind the paywall. But I want to do at least one or two without the membership just to see how they feel. But then I'm also going to be going like more in depth in things and answering questions and seeing how I can help support people who need any kind of planning help at all. I'm really pleased with all these colors. I think these coming pages here will be really pretty. So I'm just kind of thinking of like how simple can I make them to feel like just kind of flowery in the end of summer here. These are kind of citrusy to me. I don't know when these came out. It might have been much earlier in the seasonal year, you know, when they came out originally for Sterling Ink, but yeah, goodbye summer. I have not had a pumpkin spice latte yet. Usually I just buy the syrup and do it at home, but yeah, we're almost out of syrups actually. It's been a while since we ordered any. And so I know this next one should have some pumpkin spice in there, and see what else. Okay, thank you everyone. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate any feedback that you have. I appreciate you. Take care. Bye.